The S23 Ultra, in my opinion, is probably one of the best phones on the market at the moment for shooting the stars. But one thing it doesn't do very well is the foreground. It kind of suck diddly ucks for the foreground subject. I think iPhone is better in that regard. But I thought of something last night with this expert raw mode and the multiple exposures that you can do with it now. I think we may be able to like nail the foreground and the stars in the same photo. Let's give it a go. Where I've come tonight is actually just down the road from my house on the farm, and there's a dead tree here, and I don't think I've used this in a video before. And the reason I'm using a tree, this dead tree, is that it's quite tall because the galactic core is also way up in the sky at the moment. So I need to be down fairly low, have a subject that's kind of high, and shoot through that subject into the galactic core. The idea of what I've come up with here, and it may not bloody work, we'll see, you have to wait around and see, because I actually don't know this, if it's going to work or not yet. But you probably would have seen it on the thumbnail, so the cat will be out of the bag. It worked or it didn't. But what I'm thinking is we can take a photo from here, have a subject here, and the galactic core here. And because the subject isn't moving, in my head with the multiple exposures, we should be able to take one photo manually and put the ISO at say 800 or 1600, and we'll shoot for like 25 seconds, focus up to the stars, I think it's like 0.8 or 0.9 on this phone, and get that photo. And then the second photo, we'll focus on the tree, bring the ISO right down to like 100 or so, and light paint the tree for 10, 15, 20 seconds, however long it takes. And then the phone will blend those together and give us a good photo. I think it'll work. Let's try it. If you don't know, well, some of the guys that I talk to on a regular basis, they may well know that I've been setting up my cruiser here for a bit of a overland photography tourer. So I've got some lights on there now, it's pretty cool. I'll just open this up, because I've got tripod, got all sorts of places to put everything in here now. Just turn some lights on. So all the camera gear sets up the top there. Tripods sit down the side here. The tripod that I'll use tonight is this Explorer photo video tripod. I don't think I need to put it all the way out, because it's got to be reasonably low to shoot through that tree. And the way that I plan this shot, and I've talked about this a fair bit in the past, is with photo pills. So I've worked out where the galactic core is. It's sitting up fairly high. I came here today and had a look at the tree, and I'll be able to set the phone down low, shoot up through the tree, and I should be able to get a bloody good photo. Anyway, I'll show you the cruiser another time. Let's just get this photo done, because it's starting to get a bit chilly. One of the hurdles that I've got with this here tonight is that the highway is out there. Now, I live pretty remote, so it's not exactly a major highway, but it's usually a fair few trucks and things like that, and they have big spotlights that like burn bunnies at 1,000 meters sort of thing. So they're going to be pretty freaking bright. So if they do come, I might have to just wait, let them pass, then shoot the photo again. So get this phone on the tripod. We'll set it up so it shoots vertically, because that galactic core is sitting up nice and high. It should be looking fairly good there. We'll take a test shot just with the regular night mode, and we'll see what it looks like. The night mode photo looked all right. What I'm going to try and do now is those two photos. So I think I'll leave it at 2. So you're going to go into, just let me turn this screen recorder on so you can see what on earth it is that I'm doing. Start recording. It's going to do this countdown thing. So in your camera, you're going to go to More, then you're going to go to Expert RAW. If you haven't got Expert RAW, just download it from the Samsung store. Now, once we're in here, up the top right-hand corner, there's 2 little squares that you see there overlapping each other. That's the multiple exposures. We're going to do the tree first. So I'll probably put it at ISO 400, speed 30, focus. The way that I will focus this, just to show you, I'm going to increase the ISO right up high just for the focusing, so that I can see the torch on the tree, and I can, and that doesn't actually look too bad. And what we're looking for with this is a bit of a green tinge. There it is right there. Now this actually might, I would have said that 0.9 is where the star should be, but that looks like it's in focus there. Let's see how we go. Now that's done, go back over to the ISO, bring that down. Oh, really low. Let's go, how low can we go? 50. Bugger it, let's give it a go at 50 seconds. I'll turn this light off. I'm going to hit the shutter button, do the light painting with this torch on the tree. For the second photo, we'll set it up to ISO, say 1600. We'll shoot for about 20 seconds or so and focus on the stars. We'll see what we get. I'll turn this off, hit the shutter. It's taking a photo right now. So I'll duck over here, hit the light painting. Only going to do 2 shots. You could probably do multiple shots for the foreground. Like maybe, it goes up to 9, not just 1 or 2. So you could, in theory, do multiple shots just for the foreground and then another shot for the stars. All right, that's finished that photo. I can see a car coming at the moment. I don't want that to screw up the photo. But while we're waiting for this, we're going to change the settings. ISO, we'll bring it up to say 1600. Speed, 20 seconds. It's a bit of a shame. I would have liked to have gone to 25 seconds. I'm going to leave the focus on 0.9. For some reason, I really thought it was up like 0.7, 0.8 for the stars, but we'll just see what we get. Just going to wait for this car to go past. It's actually a truck, and the highway's right there in front of me. And the spotlights on these things are incredibly bright. It'll totally ruin the photo if I leave it going while this is going past. Come on. There's even an aeroplane going through the frame at the moment. I was wondering what this green and red flashing was. It's nearly gone. All right, we'll turn this off and we'll get the photo done. And I can still see it going through the frame. I'll wait one more second. There it goes. And there goes the shutter. And we shall see what we get. Wow, you should see what those spotlights are pushing out in front of that truck going down the highway. It's incredible. I can see probably down the road for at least 1 kilometre. I think there's even a car coming down there now. We're going to have a car in the photo, in the frame, I think. Anyway, that photo is done. Well, that didn't do even remotely what I thought it was going to do. That's a bit of a shame. Really is a shame. What I'm going to try and do is just forget that multiple exposure thing. I don't think it's going to work. It was working with daytime stuff, but for nighttime stuff, I don't think it's going to work for us. What I'll do, we'll go back in, get out of this. Let's go into just regular. That'd be interesting, actually. Let's just try this regular night mode, and I'll light paint with the regular night mode. That's interesting. On the side here, we've got the amount of time. Go to maximum, there's 30 seconds. I'm just going to turn this off and we'll see what the night mode does. Because I actually haven't used the night mode on this phone before at all. But isn't that interesting? Look at that photo down the bottom there. That's actually the night mode photo from before that I was using for testing it. Anyway, we'll go to max, hit the shutter button. I'll turn this light off and I'll do a quick bit of light painting. All right, that's done. And it looks the same as the other one. A bit blurry. Not impressed with that. Let's just go back to the old reliable. Actually, what we could do, this night mode bizzo, go to Pro, We're just going to try this because so far I'm not happy with any bloody photo that I've taken here tonight. Even I have shit nights. Let's go to 20 seconds. Multi-point focusing. I think we'll try that and do the light painting as well. I'll turn this off, hit the shutter button, and now there's a bloody aeroplane coming in to land at the nearby airport, and he's got landing lights on. Wonder if that'll come up in the photo. Everything is against me tonight. How does that look? Oh, that is interesting. That's interesting. That's the white balance that's done that. Let's fix up this white balance. I'm just going to try that again. This multi-focusing is interesting. I haven't actually tried that before. I've always just done it manually. I don't spend enough time with this particular phone to try all these different modes. Well, I'll be damned. I really like that. I don't mind that at all. What I'm going to do is go back to what I know will work, and that is manually focusing 0.8. And we'll try that there. Same thing, same settings that I've taken with this phone many times. I'm just going to try the light painting again, very quickly. We'll see what that does. Oh, we're getting there. You can see here that it doesn't always work straight out of the bat, straight off the bat I should say, or straight out of the gate. I'm going to try that light painting one more time, because that's probably the best photo we've taken here so far tonight. So I'm going to do the same settings, a bit longer with the light painting because I didn't shine it for very long, and also a little bit of the foreground, and I think we'll end up with a good photo. Let's turn this off again. And as soon as I touch the shutter button, I see another car coming. But with that last photo, there was no foreground, so I'm really looking to paint in the foreground a bit better this one. This, I think, is going to be the photo. This should be the shot of the night. It doesn't look too bad. For some reason, I must have knocked that a little bit. Just going to bring that down just a fraction. Because I want to see some of the grass in the foreground. I'll shine the torch out there in front of me. There you go. That's what it's going to look like. There goes another truck down the road. You can see it in the screen recording. I'll just wait for him to go, and we're going to take one more photo. He's gone. Off we go. Let's move over here a little bit. Right at the top of the tree, all the way down, moving through the tree pretty quickly, spending a little bit longer on the foreground, on the grass, because I think that will actually make the photo, that grass. Looks promising. That looks pretty bloody good. A little bit of tree that I've missed up the top there. I actually don't mind that photo. I think that will look pretty good. I think the light painting I'm missing a little bit. So I'm going to do it again. Every time I do astrophotography, Doesn't matter what camera I use. I'm going to say probably with the exception of the iPhone tends to do this a bit better, I think. But even with mirrorless cameras and stuff, I go out there and take a photo, try something else, try something else, try something else, try something else. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If it doesn't work, keep it in mind that it doesn't work for this particular situation, then try it again. So I'm going to take the same photo one more time, exactly the same settings. All that's wrong with that image is what I did with the torch. So we'll hit it again, a little bit of light painting from here on this side, on the branches on the right hand side, and the foreground I'll duck around the other side there. I've got 20 seconds to do it, and hit that side of the tree with the torch. So I'll turn this off, go back out of there, go. The right hand side, duck around here, to the left hand side, foreground. We should be good. We should be good. 2 seconds, 1 second. How's it look? I think that looks pretty bloody good. I do, I really do. This video was going to be about a particular method that I wanted to try. This video is more about it doesn't work every freaking time. You've got to try different things, try different settings, especially on the Android phones. Try different light painting techniques. Try different things. Just because it doesn't work straight out of the bat, you've got to try different things. For the sake of shits and giggles, I'm going to throw the iPhone on here just to see what I could get. Now, if I get a better photo, I don't want all you Android boys sitting there telling me this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Fill your boots, have at it. I'm going to put the iPhone on there, we'll see what we get. iPhone on. And what do you mean you don't know my Face ID? Frickin' iPhones. Let's turn the screen recording on. It's on there now. We'll turn that flash bizzo off. Go to night mode, go all the way up to 30 seconds. I'll turn this light off now. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to hit the shutter button and light paint the way that I light painted just a second ago. So the right hand side first, hit some foreground light. Go to the left hand side, do the left hand side of the tree, down there, foreground as well. Because I shoot with the iPhone just so bloody often, my gut feeling is that this is going to be a pretty good photo. Nearly done. Yeah, so look, the key is when you can't get it with your Android, just pull your iPhone out, it'll just work. The iPhone, I think, does this foreground business is better than everything else. Now, admittedly, I did try, my light painting would have been just as screwed up with this photo as it was with the Android. I just did the troubleshooting with the Android. But I've done nothing different, I've changed nothing, it's just easier. When you really spend the time with an Android and you'd fine tune the details, especially the S23 Ultra, 22 Ultra, 21 Ultra, all those phones, when you really fine tune them all, you get a better photo, you just do. They're just better at doing this. The iPhone is easier at doing this. The results may not be the same, but it's just easier. The thing to take away from this here tonight is just keep trying different things. Try different settings. I came out here with the intention of doing multiple exposures to nail the foreground subject. I was really hoping it was going to work because I just don't think that the Samsung does the foreground stuff in the one shot nearly as good as the iPhone. And I might be doing something wrong here, and if I am, put a comment down there and tell this Nuff he doesn't know what he's doing. But you can't argue with me that the iPhone doesn't do it easier. It just does. But just try different things. Regardless of the phone you have, try different settings, try different light painting, try different light painting tools. There's all sorts of things that you can do. Just because it doesn't work for you the first time, you can still come away from your night out and get a reasonably good photo. All right guys, that's it for tonight. I'll catch you next week. See you then.